Hi, everyone. I am going to talk about the full moon in Scorpio that happened last night on May 1st. I did do my rituals last night, and I am just going to go over what I do from my blog post and set up my altar for you so you have an example, and we'll just go from there. This is the full moon in Scorpio candle ritual, a ritual for releasing what is complete, descending into truth and rising, transformed in the light of the Scorpio full moon. The full moon in Scorpio does not knock gently. It arrives at the door you have kept locked, the one with the feeling behind it you have been meaning to look at, the truth you have been almost ready to speak, the grief or desire or quiet knowing you have been managing around the edges rather than meeting in the center. Scorpio is not interested in the edges. It wants the center. It always has. This is the moon of the deep dive, of the honest reckoning, of the kind of release that is not tidy or photogenic or resolved in a single evening, but it is real. That moves something true in you, that clears space where something heavier used to live. That is what this ritual is for. This is not a ritual of force or drama. Scorpio is a water sign. It does not bulldoze, it seeps, it finds every crack. This ritual works the same way, slowly, intentionally, going deeper than the surface version of yourself that gets things done and holds it together and does not trouble anyone with what is actually happening underneath. The ritual is for the underneath. Bring what is real. Bring what is unfinished. Bring the part of you that knows it is time, that has known for a while now, that has simply been waiting for a night dark enough, a moon bright enough, and the ritual spacious enough to finally let it move. This is that night. Use whatever tools you have. Your intention is the magic. And then I will go over the tools. So you can use anything you have on hand, anything you want. It's all about it's about your intentions. If your intentions are pure, then everything will work out in your favor. So some of the basic tools are a candle. I use 3 tiny bowls, one for a water element, one for crystals, and one for herbs. I use a altar tray, and then I use an intention tray for it. It could either be for my intentions, just my intention, or it could be the surface that I put the candles on. I also use a pendant for a talisman. So I did charge this pendant yesterday when I did my ritual, so I'm wearing it today. And then pen and paper for writing your intentions down or your journaling. And you can also use incense or essential oils, whatever you like. Some suggested candle colors for the Scorpio moon is red, purple, black. You can use white, gray or silver. You can, whatever makes you feel like you're in the Scorpio mood is fine. Some suggested water elements, a tiny dish of water, a piece of dark or iridescent cloth, a shell, a piece of obsidian or labradorite, a dried flower in any color, or anything else that you feel like represents Scorpio to you. Some suggested crystals I suggest is obsidian, labradorite, amethyst, black tourmaline, and garnet. Some herbs suggested are mugwort, yarrow, woodward, blackthorn, and patchouli. Some suggested essential oils, clary sage, patchouli, vetiver, myrrh, black pepper. Some incense, again, myrrh, dragon's blood, frankincense, and patchouli, and capel. Okay, I'm going to change cameras now, and I'm going to go to where I will set my altar up. Arrange your altar set. Place your altar tray at the center of your space. Set your 3 bowls around it. 1 for herbs, 1 for your water element, and 1 for your crystals. Place your intention tray nearby and arrange your pendant where your candlelight can reach it. I'm going to place my incense holder too and move around a little bit. Fill your herb bowl. Gather your chosen herbs. As you add them to the bowl, breathe in their deep, earthly, complex scent and welcome the energy of honest depth. Fill your water element bowl. Place your chosen water element into its bowl. I'm going to use this little seashell, and then I have these little keys and some moon water. Fill the crystal bowl and place your larger crystals. So for the crystal bowl, I have amethyst, labradorite, garnet, and obsidian. Then I will put out my labradorite. Let me see if I can get it to the... Oh, where are you? I can't see it. Up here. To the blue flash. Let's see. And then I'm going to put out my moonstone, my rainbow moonstone. This one also has a little color right there. I'm going to change this around. So I'm going to put these in here. You up here. Okay. And then I have this little amethyst. And this one's not obsidian. I'm not sure what it is. I can't remember right now. But I have this amethyst and this obsidian. And this obsidian and this black tourmaline. The next step would be to light your incense. I'm just going to place some incense right here. I believe I got, I either got dragon blood or patchouli. I burned a bunch of them already, so I don't know which one I have left. Okay, I rearranged this a little bit. I probably should have said that before I said the thing about the incense, but I rearranged it a little bit. I am going to do the candle step next, or anoint my candle. I didn't realize that I mean, I knew that this was bumpy when I made it, but I didn't realize that it probably wasn't a good idea. So I'm just going to flip it over to the flat, so the flat side is up. And I'm going to use a red candle. Sometimes I use 2 or 3 different colors. I'm going to anoint with Sacral Chakra and Root Chakra elixir. I don't have another elixir that kind of fits the theme of Scorpio, so I'm going to have to create one for that. And I will anoint it, just putting the oil on my hand, and then this one is going to go. This one is going to go. This one is going to go from the wick to the base, drawing energy downward and inward. So from the wick to the base, I would just cover it with that elixir and put it in the holder, and then do the lighting ceremony, and then do the lighting ritual with lighting the candle and doing some visualization and just reflecting on the Scorpio full moon. Then I would light the candle, of course, and then after that would be to charge the pendant. And what you do is you hold the pendant in both hands, and then we're going to do some visualization of energies that we want in the pendant to carry us through the next moon phase, or to carry us through anytime. Anytime you feel like you need Scorpio energy, you can throw this on. And then we'll set it here to charge by the candle. The next part is to write your intentions, or if you prefer journaling, I have some journaling prompts. So this full moon in Scorpio is not asking you to perform your healing. It is not asking for the articulate, resolved version of your process. It is asking for the honest one, the raw edge of what is true, the thing you haven't been able to say out loud, or the thing you have said so many times it has become a rehearsal rather than a feeling. Scorpio wants the real version, the one underneath, the one you show. So write a release statement. Write one honest present tense sentence beginning with I release. And then you would write your release statement and then fold. So I write mine on a 3x5 card, and then fold it outwards because you're releasing energy, and then stick it under your intention tray, and then leave it under your intention tray until you want to dispose of it or release it. I do a burning release, and then that puts it right back into the universe. I don't do the burning the same day. I'm going to keep it in my intention, under my intention tray, and in my thoughts until the next moon phase. And then, even then, I might not release it till later, but it's definitely not going to be today. And this is how I set up my altar for my moon rituals. I'm going to now go over the closing of the ritual, and I'm going to be right back. So out of all the steps that we go through, I think writing your intentions down is the most important thing. Everything else is just gets me in the feeling of being witchy, gets me in the feeling of, honoring the full moon. So closing the ritual, allow the candles to burn safely until it goes out on their own, or extinguish them wherever you feel like ending the burning of the candles. I just let them burn the whole way down unless it's too late, and then I just go to bed, and then I'll burn them the next day. You may keep your intention paper on your altar as the moon begins to wane, letting the dissolving moonlight continue to work on what you have released, drawing it out and away as the light recedes. Scorpio understands that some releases take more than a single night. They take a whole waning cycle. They take patience and tending and the willingness to keep choosing the release, even when the habit of holding reserts itself. Carry or wear your charged pendant as a reminder that you are someone who does not look away. You that your depth is not a liability. It is your greatest intelligence. That the darkness you have been willing to sit with in precisely what makes your light so genuine, so earned, so worth trusting. Take a moment to honor what it took to show up for this. Scorpio does not miss it. The courage of the person who chooses to feel rather than manage, to release rather than hold, to descend rather than stay safely at the surface where everything is fine and nothing is real. The full moon sees it all. What is released tonight does not disappear, it transforms, and so do you. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it brought something to you. I am going to continue to work on this format to make it better, and I am willing to hear any suggestions. This is only the second time I've done this format, so I think it's better. It is longer. It is a lot of me reading, but I think it's really good. So thank you for visiting, and thank you for subscribing if you have. And I will see you on Monday. I'm going to do my planner, but then I'll see you at the next moon phase next week, which is it's going to be last quarter moon in not Scorpio, in Aquarius, and I need to get prepared for that now. So I will see you next week. Bye.